Erik Ten Hag has changed the position of players at Manchester United this season, and today I'm going to tell you why. Remember to subscribe if you're new and smash the like button, but of course, check out SofaScore. Let's get this party started. Manchester United are flying under Erik Ten Hag as the Dutchman is getting every last drop of talent out of his squad. Signings like Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro have changed the mentality of the group, but it's been Ten Hag's ability to improve players that's been most important. Starting in defence, Luke Shaw has gone from strength to strength. At the start of the season, Shaw was dropped in favour of Tyrell Malacia after a poor performance against Brentford and Brighton. But since then, the England international hasn't just regained his place in the team, but now he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Shaw's skill set is ideal for Ten Hag, but for years he's almost been forced into an attacking role at left back. But this doesn't suit his game. He's a very physical fullback with exceptional technical skills and great composure on the ball. But in the final third, Shaw lacks the acceleration or the tricks to beat a defender in a 1v1. However, in deeper areas, Shaw's confidence and passing ability make him great in build-up, as he's more than capable of receiving escaping pressure before following up with a line-breaking pass. In fact, across Europe's top 5 leagues per 90, Luke Shaw ranks in the top 3% of fullbacks for passes into the final third. What's more is that defensively, Shaw is very good in 1v1 situations. He uses his strength and speed combined with aggressive challenges to come out on top in most situations. Again, this season ranked very well per 90, winning 77% of his tackles he's made against dribblers. Honestly, Shaw is more of a safe, secure fullback like a Gary Neville than a complete wingback like a Cafu or Roberto Carlos, and Ten Hag has identified this. As a fullback, Shaw is very much a support player that uses passing range well in possession, but Ten Hag has evolved Shaw one step further, using him to great effect at centre-back. From here, Shaw always has the play ahead of him, and he can use his impressive technical skills to break lines of progressive passes, much like Lisandro Martinez does. However, standing just over 6 foot tall, according to some sources, Shaw has a greater physical presence than Martinez, and Ten Hag has used this when necessary. In fact, in Manchester United's 2-1 win over Man City, Ten Hag went with Shaw over Martinez at centre-back to try and match Haaland's physicality. Shaw did this impressively, ultimately limiting Haaland to just 2 shots, none of which were on target. The next player that Ten Hag has got the best out of by experimenting with their position is Jadon Sancho. Signed by Manchester United after thriving for Borussia Dortmund on the wings, Sancho's start to life in the Premier League has been tough, with the England international often being isolated in extremely wide areas. Simply put, this is not how Dortmund got the best out of Sancho. In Germany, Sancho was often surrounded by players he could link with, but he did his general best work in the half spaces. Sancho actually enjoyed his best attacking returns playing in a 3-4-2-1 as an interior, scoring 17 goals and registering 16 assists in just 32 Bundesliga appearances. Sancho is fairly quick, but he doesn't have the terrifying raw speed of the likes of Gareth Bale or Marcus Rashford. Instead, he's technically unbelievable, with a great first touch and close control, as well as vision and the creative passing of a playmaker. And while Sancho can thrive with the space to attack, he is at his best in close spaces, where his technical skills shine. Because of this, Ten Hag has given Sancho minutes in attacking midfield on his return to the first team, and has been rewarded with glimpses of the Jadon Sancho that Manchester United signed for £73 million. His goal against Leicester City really highlighted what Sancho can bring to the number 10 position. With Tielemans in possession, he looks to play to Iheanacho, but he loses the ball under pressure from Martinez. Sabitzer recovers and gives it to Rashford, who carries before Weghorst makes a great run, dragging the defender and creating a big hole in Leicester's shape for a number 10 to exploit. Sancho receives off Rashford, draws in the defender, then plays a 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes surging into the box to finish first time with his left foot. This is a great flowing counter-attack, and it showcases Sancho's technical skills and intelligence, identifying the space Weghorst created and accelerating into it, controlling instantly and waiting a perfect pass to Bruno and getting on the end to score. Manchester United's squad is filled with left wingers, so Sancho's future might seriously lie in attacking midfield. This position gets the the best out of Sancho's skill set by constantly giving him players around him to link with. Meanwhile, the freedom of the position allows him to roam and exploit pockets of space, notably in the channels. What's more is that his tidy passing is almost a necessity for the role in Ten Hag's possession-based system. During his last season at Ajax, Ten Hag's number 10 Steven Berghuis completed on average 84% of his passes per game, a total identical to Jadon Sancho's pass completion from this season. A safe number 10 allows greater ball retention in central areas, which allows Erik Ten Hag's teams to dominate more matches. The next player that Ten Hag has got the best out of is Bruno Fernandes. Recently we did a video that explained how much Cristiano Ronaldo was holding Bruno back, so go and check that out if you're interested. But since then, Ten Hag has got even more out of the Portuguese international. Recently, Ten Hag has shifted Bruno to the right wing from the start of matches, and he's been thriving because of this. In fact, this season Bruno Fernandes has been directly involved in 9 goals and just 8 appearances from the right wing. This wide position gives Bruno much more freedom to play his high-risk, high-reward passes. Because if it doesn't come off or if he's dispossessed, the opposition are transitioning in the wide areas rather than the dangerous central space. From the right wing, Bruno is positioned to create with variation. He can cut inside and send in inverted crosses with his left foot or on the outside of his right foot. He can send in natural crosses and he can slip in runners in behind defences with through balls. What's more is that from a right wing position, Bruno can rotate positions with his teammates to pick up pockets of space. One of the big improvements Bruno offers United from the right is balance to their attack. United have famously been over-focused on attacking down the left-hand side, but with Bruno on the right, United are a lot more balanced, which can be seen when you compare their average positions against Leicester City with their average positions against Everton. Of course, you can check out all the positional maps on SofaScore. But arguably the biggest boom from Bruno playing on the right wing has been United's defensive solidity. Bruno's intense work rate has made Manchester United a much better pressing team. When they do win the ball back, Bruno's positioning in the wide areas allows him to exploit the opposition much more effectively. Rashford's opening goal in the 3-1 win over Leicester City is a great example of this. After a long kick from David De Gea, Wout fast recovers the ball. His pass to Mendy is wayward and Sabitzer intercepts, finding Bruno. Ultimately, Bruno has 3 United players ahead of him with 40 yards of space to play into. Bruno plays the ball down the line with the outside of his right foot for Rashford, who races away to score. Long-term, Bruno probably isn't going to stay on the right wing. His next evolution could actually be into a number 8 role, assembling a front 4 of Rashford, Antony and Sancho behind a complete forward who's comfortable with rotating positions. The last 2 players we're going to talk about go hand in hand, Wout Weghorst and Sir Marcus Rashford, largely playing as Manchester United striker and left winger respectively. We've seen recently Ten Hag experimenting by dropping Weghorst into number 10 and playing Rashford through the middle. This works twofold. Firstly, Weghorst gives United a target to play into central space by playing the Dutchman deeper. He has more players around him to lay the ball off to. And secondly, the threat of Rashford's pace in behind pins the opposition's defence back, creating more space for the likes of Weghorst in between the lines. This switch in positions also maximises the amount of goal-scoring opportunities that fall to Rashford, which is helping to maintain his ridiculous form. In fact, in the Premier League this season, Rashford's been directly involved in 7 goals in 8 starts as a centre-forward, a huge improvement over the rest of his career, where he has 35 goal involvements in 68 starts up front. Playing Weghorst in attacking midfield also makes the most out of his incredible work ethic. He's more than happy to disrupt the opposition through challenges, and his 2.18 tackles plus interceptions and 5.2 ball recoveries per 90 in the Premier League this season is actually the most amongst strikers. With Weghorst deeper, Manchester United's press has been massively improved, but he's also stuck to his defensive responsibilities when defending in a lower block. By dropping Weghorst into a deeper role that makes the most of his skill set and somewhat hides his weaker finishing ability alone has been a tactical masterstroke from Ten Hag. But it's also allowed his most informed player to get closer to goal and have a reduced workload, allowing Rashford to play more minutes in United's packed schedule. The most impressive part about these positional experiments is that Manchester United still thrive when they play in their original positions, but it gives Erik Ten Hag tactical options that keeps the opposition guessing. But anyway guys, what do you think? Which tactical tweaks have you been most impressed by? Let me know in the comments below. Check out SofaScore, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.